Hey there guys, DMO73 here, bringing you some cool new news about the Force of Will online simulator, the battle simulator. So first off, just a heads up, I will get to be getting to beta test this while I'm at Worlds, so I really look forward to talking about my impression of it once we get our hands on it. So definitely be on the lookout for that moving forward. But also just the fact that Force of Will is getting an official online client that is going to be 100% free, and it's going to be 100% access to all the cards right from the start. Well, it's going to start with Lapis Cluster, I believe, and cards from, I believe when it first gets released, Alice Cluster will be involved as well. But there's no confirmation with that. I know at least Lapis Cluster and the structure decks will be on the site, and then they'll update it with future cards and past cards as that happens. So that came from Jordan for the Q&A. But let's talk about the images we've seen here. So this is obviously where you're going to be able to look at all your different decks, right? And so right off the top, it even looks like these cool little deck boxes. So like you're storing all your digital decks in deck boxes. So that's a really cool little like visual representation. The ruler is very clearly on the top. You can clearly name them different things. Even the fact that it tells you what colors the decks are right when you're looking at them is awesome. And also just the overall layout is this very crisp like style as the same with the card arts. Like the borders are, you know, this cool embroidery and like, you know, detail work. So just visually this is already really stunning to me, and having that kind of really nice online client to be able to work with that style represents kind of the style of the game and everything else is a really nice addition to what they're going to be doing. So let's go ahead and look at the next picture here. So this is obviously deck construction, right? So a few things to note. We have the stone deck lineup down here. We have your main board. It's all sorted out. Everything's really nice. It doesn't look like it's grid based because it looks like you're going to be able to drag and drop cards and kind of put them wherever. So this just looks really nice and neat. I'm sure there's going to be a sorting thing, but I want to point out a few things. First off, you got your card list over here. You're going to be able to search by and see the visuals and everything else with the basic stats for, and be able to search by, you know, attribute or multi-attribute, cost, type, a keyword, searching. So that's really nice. So it's going to be really good and broken down to be able to search really nicely. It shows how many cards your result is for and everything else. So the search component is going to be good for deck building. That's awesome. And the most important thing though is this over here. This is the most important thing that comes out to me even when I'm doing sealed, is looking at what are my colors and what's my curve. And this game does it for you. It says, oh, you have 15 1-drops, 12 2-drops, 8 3-drops, 5 5-drops, and then nothing else in the other slots. So it shows you what your curve is. Not only that, but it's going to show you what your distribution of different attributes are. That's amazing. And your distribution between spells and monsters. That kind of breakdown is excellent. Having that automatically generated by the client itself is going to be an excellent addition to when you're doing deck building. You're not going to have to manually count things and try to keep all track of that. The client's going to do it for you. So I really like that, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing so much brewing on here as possible. It's also going to make doing deck profiles for you guys way easier, because I'm going to be able to do them a lot faster and just throw them up on the website and be able to show you guys that way, which I think is a much better way to do them personally. And then we get to look at the battle. So this is our first kind of look at what the battle phase is going to look like. And if you can tell, it kind of has a similar feel to DevPro, if you've ever played DevPro for Yu-Gi-Oh! So you've got your battlefield clearly separated with the opponent's battlefield. Phase is going to be listed here in the middle. So like, you know, pass the turn. We're currently in the battle phase. There's probably going to be other buttons for the other phases and stuff. Things that can be highlighted, obviously, and the different attacks that they can do. Your rulers are clearly settled. And the other thing is, this is a really nice, large play area. Going to be able to position things really nicely. It's probably going to be pretty automated, so things are going to fit where they need to fit, which is going to be awesome. You have your life totals up here, your icons and your names, phase indication down here, you know, so draw phase, recovery phase, battle phase, end phase. Your hands very visible. You know, click to the next phase. I don't really know what these are quite yet. It looks like these might be the coins. This might be the artwork for the coin or something like that for going second, or I don't know. You got your number of cards in your main deck, number of cards in your stone deck listed. Same with your opponent, so that's really nice that you'll be able to kind of have that indicator, stones on the side. And then here's the important thing to note. So I hope they do this for everything, but if you look in the opponent's clearly playing our new vampire, whereas we're also playing a vampire. And look at our backgrounds. Our rulers are right there in the background. So if the game auto-detects what ruler you have and then puts the artwork in the background, that would be cool. Imagine if you did Judgment and then suddenly your artwork in your background's changed. That would be an excellent little tweak. Obviously, you know, that requires a lot of coding and testing and everything else, but if they got that to work, that'd be pretty sweet in my opinion. And then the last thing is this little emoji. They apparently created a bunch of little chibi emoji icons using all the different rulers that you're gonna have access to be able to like show reactions and stuff to your opponent. So I imagine there's probably gonna be a chat log too, and so that'll be good. But having these little quick emojis to be able to kind of be silly and goofy and have some fun is also going to be pretty nice. Or like if you have a reaction, like throwing out an emoji or something before your opponent goes too far. So that's going to be really cool. And then lastly, we have, so people have been wondering what the willpower points are going to be used for. People who have thousands upon thousands of points. Is it just for the rewards? Do I have to hit VIP and then stop? What can I spend these points on? The new partnership of Force of Will with one of the online developers for mobile games is working, I don't remember the name, is working on creating coding connections between the online battle simulator and the willpower app. And so what it essentially means is you'll be able to spend your willpower points to get cooler looking cards. So you're going to have access to all the basic cards right off the bat. Everybody's going to have access to all of them. But if you have willpower points, you can spend them to get, looks like bronze, silver, and gold versions of those cards. You can kind of bling out your online profile. I think this is cool, the fact that it doesn't cost necessarily extra money. You know, naturally by buying packs, you're going to be able to bling out your online decks. I think that's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how that all goes. But I'm just really, really hyped about the fact that we're getting this online simulator. I definitely know that once it comes out, I will be doing weekly live streams to hang out with you guys and play online on a weekly basis and test out new decks and do all kinds of stuff. So that's definitely going to be something that's coming to the channel later. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the way it looks, what you can see, what your concerns are, and go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, this is DMO73 signing off.